Okay, so doing doing a pre-market here from laptop. We'll see how that goes. Took me a while to get set up here, so that's okay. Just a reset situation for me. We open in range, in value, and yesterday we had basically a doji type of a day. Been in an uptrend. Let's pop over here to the regular trading hours. Been in an uptrend here. One time framing up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what that little thing is. Let me check my settings because I just see. All right, we don't want that. Just a moment. Reload this. Hopefully it's very quick. Yeah, I was trying to get this going by about 9:15, but you know, when I do something new, oftentimes there's problems, and today was no exception. So, today is April 4th, Thursday, I believe. Anyway, there's no news that's that I'm aware of that's really heavy on the books today, and basically all the heads are saying the bears might have an edge today. Longs might want to take profits, bring their stops up, that kind of thing. The way stochastics is oversold, so if there is a reversal, it would favor it, support it, I guess you'd say. All right, this was sort of a, I should have just moved on and just used the 24-hour anyway instead of regular trading hours, but there you go. Bear with me. All right, let's pop back over the profile for a minute. So here we've opened. So if you want to, you know, take a screenshot or whatever, there's your now we're inside of a gray area too, right? So we came outside of it in the overnight, down to the value area low of yesterday, and came right back up in. And right now, you know, we're not quite, in my opinion, one-time framing up yet, but not a big opening range yet. Okay, that's a 3-minute opening range. And again, we are in range, in value, right around the close of yesterday, right around the VPOC of the overnight, and down the pivot point. And, you know, that was good for a long, but of course, no one could have seen that. This pre-market's kind of late, but there you go. So I think the color values are a little different on this, right? Well, I know they are. And as you can see, it's a little lighter blue in here. It's the same shade of blue. It's just translucent. It's because it's on a gray background, it changes. So basically what this would mean is that if we did travel down to the bottom of this gray edge here, if it came down outside of it, this might be an area where it's going to, buyers will step in and push it back in. And if that's the case, you know, watch these areas on the way back up for fighting, because these are areas where buyers probably would step in. Now, we take out this X high, which it looks like we're affixing to do. Not sure how far we're going to get. You can see up here at 81.50, there's quite a load on the books. Of course, that could disappear. We do have a poor high in the overnight, but it sort of resembles yesterday's poor high. Let me put this back over here. Okay. Well, it doesn't resemble it exactly in structure, but or visually when I close it up. But if you look at this poor high yesterday, if you're familiar with market profile, which if you're watching this, you probably are, common understanding is you get a poor high, it's going to go back through it, but that's not always the case. And yesterday was one of those cases. And I don't want to get into that. That's something that, you know, save for another time. Okay, so here's a potential area where there's going to be a reversal down for possibly a, you know, it could roll over down, but and there it was, you know. So again, the operating thing right now is we are at a possible turning point, but we are in range, in value, and that makes for a choppy. This is kind of a time you might want to let things set up unless you're really quick, because you can get chopped out, stopped out. There's how do you like that? I like that. It's new for me. Chopped out or stopped out. You didn't get stopped out. You got chopped out. So there you go. Another little vocabulary or another little phrase for the lexicon. All right, back over to the regular trading hours. So here we are. We had several gaps up. This gap got closed. This is a gap, gapped up here, but it closed. And now again, we're in range and value. It's just I'm not personally. I don't think it's impossible that we don't continue. Well, of course we know it's not impossible. I think there's decent odds we continue higher. So look at this. I want to measure this. Okay. Make sure I got it to highs and lows. Okay, got it. So move it. Okay, I'm going to use this low. Boom, right on that trend line. How about that? Beautiful. Yeah, so I guess these moving averages are, they're not quite super interested in a kiss, but maybe. We got this 2,900 mark up here, right? That's an attraction. That's an attraction. On there. Oh, I can't get it. Well, with the mouse, it's a mouse pad. Mouse, the laptop thing. Use your fingers. Sometimes it's hard to get it adjusted like that. But all right, that's enough on this. I mean, we're one time framing up for, as I was starting to say before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 5 or 6 days. Okay. 4 to 6 days, depends on how you want to measure it or when you consider it starting to one time frame up. What does this mean? Why did I do this? Well, you know what? I'm not giving too many lessons here. I'm not anymore. I just, there you go. All right, here we go. Odds are fairly good. We're going to get the overnight high here. Let's look at yesterday's structure as well. Yeah. Okay. Here we are. I thought so. So we had a distribution down here. Okay, that we just now closed that back up. I mean, we did in the overnight, but these guys want to come up here too. So odds are pretty good. We might pop up. There's a volume node right here. A little bit higher volume might be a place that it gets sucked back in, or maybe that's the end of it. It's the end of it. So which direction are we going in? I don't know. So right now we've come outside this little gray area. If we can start to build some value in here now, I see a little volume built, but it looks more blue than red. But if we get some selling volume, then the odds are pretty good we're gonna move on back down to the downside. So let's look at this. Let's look at this split out again. Okay, so the price action largely, the early session was in Asia and everything was down. But then London opens up at the L period here. There's a little bit of a sell-off. The general price action for the broader, well, I shouldn't say broader. The London market was up, so that's continuing right now. It's very good odds are going to get this high, but would I want to take it as a breakout? No, not necessarily. However, I period was yesterday was. It was like something changed. The best I could track it, somebody has that information, it'd be great to comment. The best I could track what happened was there was somebody in the Bank of England made a remark about the odds are real high for a no Brexit deal or something like that. So I don't know if that's what happened or not. And I don't know if there's any change in that a revision of that statement, which may have put people back into buying here since then. But I'm not seeing a lot of short covering action. So I'm feeling that the odds are pretty good that we may come back in here. Maybe we'll get to the value area high. I don't know. Again, I mean, it could go all the way up. But all right, well, I'm just kind of rambling here as I'm letting myself get dialed in. Yeah, yesterday this whacked me. I was up pretty good. I had a real good morning. 3 trades. They were all winners. And then guess what? And I know myself, and I think I've mentioned it in videos before. Once I've had several good ones in a row, I tend to probably should just at least take a big break. And I was actually doing something, and I saw an opportunity, but I didn't tune in like I should have, and I gave back a good 75% of what I'd made. And it happens, but it still ended positive. But that wasn't really, that was just one of those things where you go, dope, why am I so stupid sometimes? But here we go. It is kind of trying to. It looks like it's pushing, but what's happening are our sellers getting stuffed here. Now, and I'm not looking at the dome right now to see if they're reloading, and it kind of looks like they are. If you see all these sellers right here in this volume profile, and I use this quite a bit, and I just discovered in the new update, if it is, I haven't updated the software yet, but I always read the release notes, and it looks like I'm going to be able to adjust these volume profiles. I hope so, because sometimes I'd like them a little bigger, like right now. It's easier to read when it gets fatter, but when it's thin, I'd like to be able to read it a little better. Just an easy visual. Yeah, so the buyers were getting stuffed. Did I say sellers were getting stuffed? I meant buyers were getting stuffed, getting absorbed. And now we're back in here. So if we're going to see some selling build here, even right now it might be worth shorting, and you just risk the high. But if it does get up here and starts building on 83.25, that's going to jump this VPOC up here, and I would not want to be short then. You're almost guaranteed to get stopped out. All right, well, there's my pre-market. I haven't done one in a week or two, and there you go. So let's just go back to the daily. I think the daily chart here is right important. We're in range, and we're also still in value. So far, the move has been up, but initial balance. This is a day to possibly even let the initial balance set up, and see where you get range extension, and then kind of go with that. But beware. Seems like the trend lately has been to have neutral days, meaning that you get range extension on both sides, even if there's quite a bit of range. So, like I think yesterday was that way. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, range extension to the upside. Whoops. I'll push it back. Boom. Okay, range extension to the upside, right? And then it rolled over. I think we took out the lows. Yes. When I say lows, I mean the initial balance low. Yeah. So one of the clues, and I did get short and did well on shorts in the morning, was because the range extension was just not that impressive for 2 hours, right? So C took out the A high, right? Not a lot happened here. Then D, it looks like we're trucking on up, but look how it got pushed back, and E opened here. That's the green. Went up, made a poor high. Now we got a 3 wide poor high basically, and then G opened way down here. Couldn't even get above the open and out for half of F, and that's effectually a reversal pattern. And right here there was several good shorts. Problem is, Mr. Smarty Pants here decided to start getting long here, and that's where, well, I can't remember where I got long, but in 2 places. And so 3 great trades, and then two baddies. Yeah, here we go. So, what was I saying? Now, why am I not taking it? Well, first of all, I got up at 5 a.m. this morning and didn't sleep until 1. And I'm actually in the middle of a circadian rhythm reset because I got off track. And I'm using this computer. Okay, now we got our VPOC here. If I was short, I'd want to be out because the odds are pretty good. We're going to truck on up a little bit. But I want to get long? I don't know. I don't think so because, it may only go to the open here and then get slammed back down. Once it takes the eye high, it might pop, but let's see, is it going to get slammed? Yeah, here we come down. I'd call that, I mean, I've seen stronger slams, but, you know, that's, you know, shorts took over right there. This took right over. But it'll probably come down and, you know, people will reload, you know. Well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my commentary. If you do, like, subscribe, you know, leave me a nice comment or a message, and I greatly appreciate it. You know, it's always great to be connected in one way or another to other traders, because this is you know, this is an elite sport. You know, in a way, it's something that not everybody not everybody endeavors to do, and many who endeavor to do really, you know, have a hard time getting to even a modicum of consistency or success, let alone making a living from it or anything like that. And you know, I think there's some kindred spirits if you're going to be of the mind where you're going to explore self-discipline and emotional discipline and mastery that it takes. Now, look, you know, it doesn't. I'm not claiming I've got it. I definitely don't. I'm a different person than I was when I started. Hopefully, more mature and a lot more self-aware and all those kinds of things. But so we didn't really get a pop above eye. And when I say eye, I'm talking about over here yesterday, right? It really didn't take off. So what's that mean? That may mean the game's over for now. You know, I don't know that we're not going higher. As again, you know, all the heads were saying that the bears may have an edge. Well, they might later. You know, that's pretty much a very common thing, is that the early morning action belies a later morning or afternoon type of action, and any more range extension is not necessarily the primary indicator of that. That's all I'm trying to say. So you know, watch for patterns. And I didn't put a lot of these areas on the top up here to watch for, but I definitely would say that I'm going to put this one up here. This one's kind of a no-brainer. Hopefully my color things are working here. So save from right, anywhere in there, And remember what I always say. Let's see here, extend. Now again, I'm on a different computer, so let's see here. Extend rectangle. Extend drawing. Where's extending drawing? There we go. Okay. So you know, right here at 88.75 to 89 to be real aggressive, right? Right here, 89 quarter to 89.50 would be kind of moderate. 89.50 to 90 would be conservative. You can get a little overlap here. It's hard to say, but you know, right now we got, you know, the faked out a little bit, went up here again, and now look at this. So what's that tell us? First of all, that VPOC is not that impressive. They can easily move it back down here. All right, well, this is a longer video than I intended, as per usual, but make a great day.